Hello friends, today we will be doing question number 6 and 7 for JISMO Primary Grade 5 Spring 2024 paper. Question number 6 reads as follows. You can actually pause it and just try to do both the questions and check your answers against uh, when I solve these questions. Question number 6. In an assembly hall, when 6 students are seated per bench, 12 students are left without seats. When 8 students are arranged to sit on each bench, 2 benches remain empty. How many benches are there in total? So you can do this question in 2 ways. You can do the algebra route, wherein the equation will be as follows. So let's assume, let x be the number of benches. Okay, so total students will be how much? 6 students are seated per bench, so 6 into x. So assuming suppose there were 10 benches and 6 students were seated per bench, there'll be 60 students, right? So 6x and 12 students were left out. So these were the total number of students. Now, when 8 students are arranged to sit on each bench, 2 benches remain empty, right? So the total number of students will remain the same. And if 8 students are sitting on each bench, so how many benches were there? X. And 2 benches were empty. So 8 students were arranged to sit on each bench and 2 benches remain empty. So this is also the total number of students and this is also the total number of students. So for example, if there were 10 benches, as I said, so the total number of students will be 60 plus 12, which is 72. And here it will be just assuming, so 10 minus 2 is 8. So 8 into 8, 64. So it's not balancing because 10 is not the number of benches. So you can solve this equation. 8x minus 16, 6x goes here, this goes here. So you can take this here. So 2x equals to 28, therefore x equals to 14. So 14 is the number of benches. This is the algebra route, which is option 1. You can also, if you don't understand this, you can go through the options. So let's just try options. So for example, if you try option 1, assuming there are 16 benches, so you do 16 into 6, which is 96. And so 96 plus 12. So the total number of students should be 108, which should match here. So if 8 students, so 8 and 16 benches, so 8 into 14, that will be 112. So these two are not matching. So 16 is not my answer. So you will try for other options. If you try for option D, which is 14 benches, so you do 14 into 6, which is 84, and 12 students, which is 96. And 8 students per bench and 2 benches were empty. So 14 minus 2 is 12. So 8 into 12 is 96. So total number of students will match here. So you can do option 1 or this is option 2. You can do either ways, you'll get the answer. So the correct answer for question number 6 is D, 14. Okay, then let's do question number 7. Just erase this. A soccer ball generally consists of 12 regular pentagons. Pentagons means a polygon with 5 sides, and 20 hexagons. Hexagons means polygon with 6 sides arranged alternatively. How many sides are there? So if you see, these black ones are pentagons and the white ones are hexagons. So let's count the total number of sides. So pentagons has 5 sides, so 12 into 5 is 60. And there are 20 hexagons, so 20 into 6 is 120. So total 180 sides. So if you have 180 sides, but then all these sides are common, like each side is shared by 2 figures. So you divide by 2, so that's 90. So the correct answer is option C, 90. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.